Hey everyone, SmashBob Junkie Gaming here, and today I'm going to show you how you can easily complete the D Machine Easter egg storyline. Let's do this! So before I begin with the walkthrough, you can absolutely do this solo. And in this walkthrough, I'm going to show you what's the most efficient and fastest way to get all the Easter eggs unlocked. I have created timestamps for the video so you can refer to them in the description below. So first things first, let's talk about the loadout. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Gallo SA-12 is the best gun you can use in zombies. If you do not have all your attachments unlocked, you can head over to the crash site and there's a decent Gallo SA-12 that you can purchase off the wall. And for the field upgrades, I'll highly recommend the Frost Blast as it can get you out of really sticky situations. Now let's talk about gameplay. Once you drop into the match, you'll want to play in the front yard area from rounds 1 to 5. If possible, melee every single one of the zombies during those rounds to get the maximum amount of points. Once you have approximately 9,000 points, clear the round but leave the final zombie behind and make your way into the power room. Once you're in the power room, turn on the power and 2 terminals will show up. Go on and turn on the 2 terminals. Once you turn on the terminals, a blue anomaly will spawn into the center of the room. Interact with the anomaly and that will take you into the dark ether. You will now need to go into the crash site to locate the ether tunnel. But before you do that, there is a plane cockpit in the crash site which is now elevated off the ground. There is a fuse box just under the plane cockpit. You need to shoot at the fuse box and collect the fuse. There are 2 different locations that the ether tunnel might be. One is right here and the other might be at the back of the pond. Once you interact with the ether tunnel, go into the room and pick up the machine part. Now take the machine part and go into the particle accelerator room and look for the machine in the middle of the room. Interact with the machine and that will unlock your Pack-a-Punch machine. You will then be teleported back into the real world and now we will have to unlock the Coffin dance meme. There are 5 blue orbs that you need to shoot in the particle accelerator room. The first one is located here up the stairs at the corner of the room. The second one is located here, you need to crouch down and shoot at the blue orb. The next one is located here, mental up and shoot at the blue orb. The next one might be a bit tricky to shoot at, but if you look closely, there's a blue orb into the left side of the window. The final orb is over here on top of the ceiling. Once you have successfully shot all 5 orbs, you'll be teleported into the Coffin dance meme. So during the Coffin dance meme, you will not be able to skip the animation, you have to watch the entire animation. Once the animation is done, you'll be teleported back into the real world and the crate that the zombies are carrying will be dropped on the ground. Right after the Coffin dance, a dog round will spawn. Go ahead and kill all the dogs before trying to open up the crate. So once you have cleared all the dogs, open up the crate and you should receive a Juggernaut and some other cool stuff. There's a chance that you might get a legendary weapon as well. Now moving on to the next round. During the next round, a Megaton will spawn. We will need to draw the Megaton into the crash site. So head over to the crash site. There is a tree between the crash site and a pond with a fungus growing on it. What you will need to do here will be to stand beside the fungus and wait for Megaton to shoot its green plasma at you. When done correctly, the green plasma from Megaton will make the fungus turn purple. What you will need to do now will be to kill Megaton and Megaton will be split into 2. You will then need to kill both of the split Megatons and when you kill the second split Megaton, the second split Megaton will drop a keycard. This keycard is your first step into acquiring the D.I.E Shockwave wonder weapon. Pick up this keycard and head over to the weapons lab. Once you are in the weapons lab, head over to the corner of the room and you should see a weapons locker. Interact with the weapons locker, a drawer will open up and pick up the D.I.E remote control. Now take the remote control and head over to the living room near the yard. You will now need to train a horde of zombies and have them follow you around the yard. When you have a large crowd of zombies following you around the yard, lead them into the living room. In the living room, there is a small door that contains the D.I.E Shockwave wonder weapon. Just to the right of the door, there is a hole in the wall. When you interact with the hole in the wall, a vacuum animation will suck in the zombies into the door. There is a slight chance that some of the zombies will not get sucked in. If not enough zombies have been sucked in, you may need to come back again as the machine will go into cooldown. When the machine is done cooling down, you can lead the zombies over to the front of the door again. If done correctly, you'll be able to interact with the hole in the wall and that will discharge the D.I.E Shockwave wonder weapon. So now that you have your wonder weapon, you need to activate all 4 elemental upgrades in order to unlock the Easter eggs. With your wonder weapon on hand, head over to the penthouse and shoot at this box at the top of the ledge. That will knock over the box to the other side of the wall. Now turn around and head over to the mezzanine. You should see an empty canister at the corner of the room. Use your wonder weapon and suck the empty canister over and it will come flying to you. Pick up the empty canister and head over to the pawn area. Remember the box you shot at the penthouse? Well, it fell over to the other side of the wall and now there's an empty flask that's on the ground. Pick up the empty flask and interact with the purple fungus that's on the tree. Remember the one that Megaton shot his green plasma at? Yep, that's the one. So now we need to head over to the weapons lab. Remember the empty canister that we picked up from the mezzanine? Yeah, we need to put it here and wait for some dogs to spawn. We will just leave this here and come back to it later. So the next thing we will need to do will be to unlock the Aetherscope and the Ghost and Diary Easter eggs. To get the Aetherscope, you need to locate one of the 3 anomalies located around the map. The first one can be found in the penthouse, the second one will be at the back of the pawn, and the third one will be in the power room. Depending on which port you're using, you need to pick up the Aetherscope parts in a different order. There will be a total of 3 parts that you will need to collect. The first one can be found in the particle accelerator room just near the arsenal. The second part can be found on top of a plane in the crash site. And finally, the last part can be found under the stairs in the yard. You will need to collect all 3 parts before the game teleports you back into the real world. If you fail, you need to go back into the dark ether and collect the parts again. Once you have picked up all 3 parts, head over to the workbench that is just under the pack-a-punch machine and craft the Aetherscope. Pick up the Aetherscope and now you'll be able to do the second part of the Easter egg, which is the Book and Ghost. Head over to the medical bay and you should see a new anomaly spawned in the room. Interact with that anomaly and it will teleport you into the dark ether. Go to the room in the medical bay and pick up the diary on the table. You will then need to locate 3 different ghosts and give them the diary. The first one can be found just behind the speed cola machine. When you're near, a white anomaly will appear, interact with it and give them the diary. The second one can be found in the control room, somewhere near the trials machine. The final one can be found in front of the workbench where you crafted your Aetherscope. And for the final part of this Easter egg, you need to teleport back into the real world, head over to the room where you picked up the diary, there's a computer on the table, go ahead and interact with the computer. Now that both Easter eggs are complete, you will be able to carry on with the rest of your Easter eggs. Okay, so let's backtrack a little. Remember that empty flask that we put under the fungus by the tree? Well, it has turned blue now, so we need to pick that up and head over to the medical bay. When you are at the medical bay, interact with the weapons crate over here and pick up your first elemental upgrade for your wonder weapon, which is the Cairo Emitter elemental upgrade. If you look up, you see this chamber looking thing hanging from the ceiling. The chamber has 4 posts. Each post has a different color. You will need to shoot the wonder weapon at the post coinciding with the kind of elemental upgrade that you have on. For this instance, we have the frost upgrade which is blue, so we will need to shoot the blue post. When done correctly, the post will fold up like this, and the same theory applies for the rest of the elemental upgrades. The next upgrade we're going to go for is the thermophasic upgrade. We can find an anomaly here in between the pawn and the crash site. Interact with it and that will bring you into the dark ether. Once you're in the dark ether, head over to the weapons lab. When you're at the weapons lab, there is a plasma cutter just opposite the Deadshot the Kiwi machine. Interact with the plasma cutter and you'll see an animation of the plasma cutter cutting up a weapons crate. You'll then be directly transported back into the real world. Now head over to the truck by the pawn area, mantle it and open up the weapon crate and you will receive the thermophasic upgrade for your wonder weapon. Now with the thermophasic upgrade, you need to head back into the medical bay and shoot at the red post of the chamber. Okay, a dog has just spawned, so I'm gonna lead the dog over here into the weapons lab. Stand beside the cleaning unit and wait for the dog to come to you. When the dog lunges at you, shoot at the dog and the cleaning unit will absorb the playground gas into the canister. When ready, pick up the canister and head over to the crash site. There is a weapons crate in the crash site with vines covering it. Interact with it and shoot at the canister on top of the crate. You will now be able to collect your Nova 5 elemental upgrade for your wonder weapon. With the Nova 5 upgrade, head back into the medical bay and shoot at the green post of the chamber. So with 3 elemental upgrades done, we have 1 more to go, which is the Electroball upgrade. Head over to the particle accelerator room and you'll be able to see an anomaly just under the stairs. Interact with the anomaly and that will bring you into the dark ether. So for this elemental upgrade, you need to collect 3 different stones around the dark ether map. If you are quick enough, you might be able to collect all 3 stones in one go in the dark ether. Personally, I only managed to collect 2 before they teleport me back into the real world. The first stone can be found here in the penthouse. What you will need to do will be to use your wonder weapon to suck up the stone. After sucking up the stone, do not fire your wonder weapon. Now you will need to make your way back into the particle accelerator room. There is a weapons crate in the corner of the room. Shoot it with your wonder weapon and that should store a fuse into the crate. Now you will need to collect the second stone, which is located between the tunnel and the crash site. Once you have this, head back into the particle accelerator room and shoot at the crate again. If you are teleported back into the real world before collecting all 3 stones, you will need to clear about 25 zombies in order for the anomaly to respawn again. When it respawns, interact with it to go back into the dark ether. The final stone is located at the pawn area. It's somewhere near the quick revive machine. Once you have the final stone, head back into the particle accelerator room, go to the crate and shoot at it for the last time. If done correctly, all 3 fuses should be embedded into the weapons crate and you will receive your final upgrade, which is the Electro Ball Elemental upgrade. With the final upgrade, head back into the medical bay and shoot at the final pillar of the chamber. After activating the 4 pillars, there's a new anomaly that will spawn in the room. Interact with the anomaly and it will bring you into the dark ether yet again. Now there will be a white anomaly just above the speed cola machine. You need to interact with the white anomaly and watch the cutscene. Once the cutscene is over, you'll be teleported back into the real world. You will then see a dark ether wrench where the ghosts were. Pick up the dark ether wrench and head over to the yard. If you don't already have one, you need to go into the crafting table in the yard and craft yourself a C4 before proceeding to the next Easter egg. There is a tank in the yard. You need to go to the tank and interact with the tank 3 times. After the 3rd interaction, the lid of the tank will open up and a zombie will appear. Kill the zombie and toss your C4 on the tank. Detonate your C4 and that will cause the tank to fire a shot. Now make your way back to the crash site. You will see a decontamination agent that will shot out from the tank just under the plane cockpit. Before you pick this up, clear all the dogs and zombies and leave 1 zombie behind. Now pick up the decontamination agent and head over to the weapons lab. During this time you will not be able to use your weapons, so just go straight into the weapons lab and interact with the containment unit. Now for the next part, this will be a bit tricky. You will need to wait for Megaton to spawn and lead him into this room. You need to split Megaton into half and have the split Megaton go under the chamber. If done correctly, the Megaton will be sucked into the chamber. You will require both split Megatons to be sucked into the chamber to complete this Easter egg. When both split Megatons have been sucked into the chamber, go into the computer room and interact with the computer. The doors in the room will shut and you will see both Megatons merging together to form Orlov. You will then go into a cutscene and Orlov will tell you about his story. At the end of the cutscene, Orlov will drop down from the chamber and run away. During this time, make your way to the door and get ready to move out once the door opens. When the door opens, make a mad dash into the crash site as a lot of zombies will spawn behind you. It would be a good idea now to upgrade all your weapons and buy all the perks you need as we are moving into the final boss fight. And also remember to go to the crafting table to max out on your stim shots and buy yourself a war machine. Now go into the living room and you see a new anomaly. Interact with the anomaly and it will teleport you back into the dark ether. You will now see a white anomaly, interact with it and you go into another cutscene. During the cutscene, there will be zombies running around. Do not shoot at the zombies. Just stand near to the ghosts and the zombies won't even know that you're there. So once the cutscene is over, you'll be teleported back into the real world. There will be a photo of Orlov's family on the table. Do remember that once you pick this up, there is no turning back and you'll be teleported into the final boss fight. So now for the final boss fight, you'll be teleported back into the particle accelerator room and you'll watch Orlov do a cutscene. After the cutscene, all the zombies will start to spawn, all the exits will be sealed up and you'll be faced with lots of dogs, Megatons and even a red Megaton. So the main goal here will be to stay alive and protect Orlov. At times, Orlov may be surrounded by zombies and you just need to stop and shoot at the zombies. When you kill a Megaton, the Megaton will drop ammo and armor. If you run out of ammo, there's an ammo box just underneath the stairs. If you're out of armor, you can always go to the arsenal to repair your armor. Just remember, move around the perimeter of the room in one direction and you'll be fine. Do occasionally check on Orlov if there are zombies around him. If there are zombies around him, do clear the zombies for him. The arsenal is your best friend. Do stop and make a quick repair when you have the chance. Try your very best to kill all the Megatons in the room, including the red Megaton. When you have completed the final boss fight, a white light will appear and Orlov will do another cutscene. During this time, make your way to the door near the arsenal. It is now time to go for the final exfil and complete the Easter egg. The exfil location will be at the pawn area, and during your journey to the pawn area, There will be large bolts of electricity around the map. Do not touch these electricity bolts. Running into them will mean instant death. The best way to go around these bolts will be as follows. Once you're out of the door, make a right instead of a left. There will be 2 zombies there, just kill the 2 zombies and go up the stairs. Jump across the giant gap on the platform and move over to the door. Make a right and go up the stairs. Once you're at the top of the stairs, make a right and you'll be greeted by some zombies. Do not panic and take your time to clear these zombies. Once you are out of the tunnel, make a right after the first electricity bolt. Make a left and immediately make a right. Now pull out your warhammer and clear all the zombies around you with it. As you can see, you have more than enough time to complete the final exfil, so do not panic during the final exfil. Once the chopper has arrived, board the chopper and that's it, you have completed the zombies Easter eggs. I hope this video has been helpful to you in completing your zombies Easter eggs. I will be making more content like this on my channel. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below in the comment section, turn on the bell notifications, and until next time, this is Smashpot Junkie Gaming. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you next time.